Hey everyone, Sarah Pacaro here. I just wanted to share some insight into an article that I saw recently that is supposed to help you with not caring about what your narcissist says. If you've been with a narcissist, if you've been with someone who emotionally uses and abuses you and takes advantage of you in every way and leaves you high and dry, leaves you feeling like you're constantly being wrung out and like there's nothing left of you, it's really difficult to just not care what they say, right? This is a person that you have given a part of your life to, a part of your heart to. This is a person that you've given your time, your money, your energy to. This is a person that has taken a piece of you and completely destroyed it and used it and abused it. So how to just not care what the narcissist says, we're going to get into the tips and tricks, but I want to caution you and I want to warn you for following things like this, because following things like this leads you down an even deeper, darker hole. Because while you hope and you sit there and read this and try things like this, and just pray that they work and that they will help you along your journey to healing, they oftentimes leave you down an even darker hole of hurting and of pain because you try these tips and tricks and techniques and they don't work. They're ineffective. So things like this, things like how to not care what your narcissist says, you're going to find that you may try these things and sit there and go like this and just feel even worse, feel even more defeated, feel even more deflated because they don't work, because tips and tricks and advice do not change the unconscious programming that you have that is leading you to experiencing the kind of pain that you feel and experience and express when you've been with a narcissist, whether you were raised by one or whether you were in a relationship with one. So whether they were a parent or whether they were a partner. So let's get into the advice and then we'll get into what does work. So the advice is how to not care what your narcissist says. Sounds great, right? It's the name of this video, how to not care what the narcissist says. So your narcissist hurts you. The narcissist uses their words like swords, uses their words like weapons, and they use them against you. So they do this a lot. They do this constantly, right? And then you pull away and then they reel you back in with using kind, loving words and making you think, feel, and believe that they understand you and how bad they've hurt you and what they did wrong, and then reel you back in. It's called they've hooked and hoovered you back in. So the narcissist does this. This is the game that they play, and they do this a lot. And every time they do it, and every time you get caught, every time you get reeled back in, you get to a place of more pain, of more struggle, of more suffering, because you even further those unconscious beliefs that you already had about yourself that led you to being and staying in that type of relationship for the length of time that you did. Beliefs that you're not good enough, that you're unlovable, that you're unworthy, that you don't deserve anything better, that you'll never have a better life outside of that life with them. So the narcissist loves this game because it gives them power, control, manipulation, and they use their words like weapons against you. So how to not care what the narcissist says, right? You do care what the narcissist says because we are humans. We use language to communicate. We use language to connect. So you do care. And that phrase, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, is so far from the truth. Words do hurt. And you do care about the words that someone else says. Because if someone uses words like, wow, you look incredible today. You look great. What have you been doing? I love that shirt on you. Those words are going to produce and invoke a feeling inside of you, a feeling of, oh, thanks. Well, and you're going to feel really good. And so you care about those words. The same is true on the other side of the coin. If someone says, oh, honey, you're not looking too good. You okay? Even if you feel like you do look good, you're going to think, well, what do you mean? Words matter. So how to not care what the narcissist says is so much deeper than just trying this strategy and this tip and this trick to truly get to that place of being indifferent to the narcissist. You don't want to be too high above or too far below because that indicates caring, right? Because that's either a plus or negative 5 or whatever number you want to call it. You want to get to a place of complete indifference where they can say and project all their words and anger onto you, and you just Okay. You remain unaffected. You remain untainted. You remain untriggered. That is the goal. And that is what so many hundreds of clients that I've worked with now are in that space. They feel indifferent to the narcissist. They don't care. They don't give their words back to the narcissist because they then realize they're not worth any of my time, energy, or effort. So I'm not going to fire back a reply, whether it's through email or text, because personally, I don't give up, you know what, about anything that they say. But trying this tip and trick is not going to lead you down that road. What does is truly connecting with the unconscious beliefs that you have about yourself after having gone through that experience with a narcissist and reprogramming, rewiring your unconscious mind, because those dictate your thoughts, which impact your feelings, which dictate your actions and your outcome. So all of that is connected and related, and it goes so much deeper than just trying this tip or trick. So let's get into that. Because whenever a narcissist makes a dig at you or attacks you, or whenever they try and tear you down, they do that with their words. They do that with their verbals. They do it with their nonverbals as well, like slamming the door and leaving and saying, I'm never coming back. We're over. And you're thinking, good. Right. But then fear sets in. Oh my God, what are we going to do? How am I going to survive? How am I going to make it? Well, what if he never comes back? And then we never can settle this. We never can split it. Like your mind goes into what if mode and actually goes into fear mode because of their words and because of their actions. So whenever they cut you down or attack you or tear you down or belittle you, anything that they do that's evil, mean-spirited, that the tip and trick is to flip it around and take it as a personal compliment. So if they say, oh, I'm never coming back, we're over, we'll take it as a compliment. That's the advice that's given, but that's not advice. When someone leaves you and someone says, I'm never coming back, it's over, automatically your mind goes into fear mode and lack mode and what if mode and worry mode. And for a moment, for a little glimpse in time, you may think, good, get out of here. I hate you. I never want to see you again. And if the tip is to take it as a compliment, and that the meaner they are, the bigger the compliment is, you're thinking, well, that just proves that I'm not worthy of being with, right? And although you may want to believe that, well, I deserve to be in a relationship with someone who treats me better, that is true. But the unconscious programming that your mind has is what's fed, right? That you're left alone and you're going to be alone forever. And that what if you never find someone to treat you better than that? What if you are alone forever? What if you suffer? What if you struggle? What if you feel this pain forever? What if it never goes away? Like the narcissist goes away. Yay, great. But how is that taken as a personal compliment? Someone just left you with all of these things to deal with on your own. So if that's the tip and trick here, and in this case, an example, that's what's given, your unconscious mind says no and continues to reject that, which continues to keep you in worry and lack and in fear mode. But they say, right, the meaner the narcissist is, the bigger the compliment is. It doesn't work that way. The unconscious mind and unconscious programming does not work that way. When they're lying to you and when they insult you, the advice is say that they lie in the opposite direction. Say that they say that you suck at cooking and every time you cook, you burn the meal, to take it as the opposite and to tell yourself, I'm actually great at cooking. That sounds really, really good in theory. But the truth is your unconscious mind believes their words, believes their lies as truths, because they have gaslit you, they have confused you, they have mixed in truth with lies. And so you truly don't know what the truth from the lie is. And you can't think rationally anymore. So you may find this tip and trick very difficult and almost impossible to implement, to just flip it around and make it a positive. They say, I hate you, to tell yourself you actually love me, right? Because if you truly believe that you are worthy and deserving of being loved and that you are lovable, you would not be being treated like that by a person or by a partner. That person would not be in your life because that's abuse. That's not love. And so this tip and trick and advice is, if they yell at you and scream at you and get in your face and say, I hate you, to flip it around and go the opposite direction. No, they actually love me. It's even more confusing for your mind. It's even more confusing to decipher what the truth is. Your mind is already believing the lies as truths. So it cannot just easily just flip it around and say, oh, yeah, it's true that what they are showing you is fear. But for you to flip it around in that moment and say, oh, no, it's actually love, and to take it as a positive thing is not going to be helpful. So I just want to caution you against, when you're doing a research on narcissism and how to heal from narcissistic abuse, just be wary and truly vet the things like that. How does that feel when you try that in your body? Where do you feel that in your body? Does it make your stomach twist up in knots? Do you feel your heart start to race? Do you feel your throat start to clench up and get really dry? Do you start clearing your throat a lot? Do your hands get really tight and restrictive? Do you begin to muscle armor? Muscle armoring is when all your muscles are on high alert and almost wear this shield of armor around you. And that's a fight flight response. That's more of a fight response, a protective response of clenching. So when you try tips and tricks like this that are supposed to help you heal from narcissistic abuse, truly, I mean, I'm not saying that they're not going to work for everyone, but if you notice they're not working for you, then that's an indication that it doesn't work for you. So don't continue things that don't work for you, right? When you're truly trying to heal after having been with a narcissist, what you need is a reprogramming and rewiring of your unconscious mind. So that foundation of beliefs is positive, is in the present moment, is indifferent. Because when you've healed those inner unhealed wounds, you pour a new foundation. So, and that's the place where everything else is stacked and built upon. That's the place where everything else forms, right? It's because of that foundation that the walls can stand. Imagine a house, right? With a shaky foundation, a giant crack in it, and it's uneven. You're not going to have a solid, steady, sturdy home. You're going to have one that needs constant repair. And it's almost like the same thing with your mind, right? Because our programming is installed when we're younger, because of those initial relationships, because of those first experiences and exchanges and interactions with love, what we believe love is. And so when you find yourself later on in life as an adult in abusive and narcissistic relationships, it goes beyond just that relationship itself. And it goes beyond being able to just tell yourself, oh, when they're mean to me, that just means that they love me. I'm just going to flip it and reverse it and tell myself a positive thing, and that'll make me feel better. That's actually more confusing, more detrimental, more damaging to your mind. What your mind needs is an inner reprogramming and a healing of those inner wounds to make you indifferent to things like that, to make you not even entertain or engage with people who treat you that way, to not give them your time, your energy, or your space, to not take up any more of your life than they've already taken up. So if you have been looking for tips and tricks on how to heal, I don't have any for you, but if you're looking for how to not care what the narcissist says, truly the most incredible and rapid way to do that is to utilize the power of your unconscious mind to completely transform your thoughts and heal those inner unhealed wounds, those ones that are still making you affected and impacted by the things that the narcissist says. So although this video did not more than likely tell you how to not care what a narcissist says, you can learn more about healing those inner unhealed wounds and getting to that place truly and happily and easily. And understand that it does not take years and years and years to heal from this kind of abuse. It will feel like that, however, if you're just following these unhelpful tips and tricks. So I invite you over to learn more about transforming past pain to present power, about rapid transformational therapy, and about accessing and utilizing the power of your unconscious mind to truly transform and heal your life. All right, guys, that's it for today. I love you all, and I'll see you very soon.